Alright, so this is the second part of my two-part series on how to disassemble and reassemble the AW Custom HX24 Wind Velocity airsoft pistol. Now, my first video was on the slide part, and if you want to go watch that, that will be linked in the description. This part is going to be on the bottom half of the gun. So first you want to start by taking out the mag, put that aside, and then taking off this right there to get the slide on. You're going to take that off, put that right there, or over there. So now, once you get the slide off, you're going to want to take out this pin right here. I like to just take something and just kind of like push it through. Basically, it's a little stiff, but once you get it, it'll be pretty easy like that. It's pretty easy just to come out. And now, if the hammer is cocked back, this is the spring that pushes it back up. So if it's cocked back, this is gonna come down like that, and that this is gonna come flying off. So make sure this is cocked back up. But once this comes off, you can just put that to the side. There you go, there's the mag well, and you're gonna pull this down. There's that part there. And now this is gonna be this part. Put that back up a little bit, and then here's your Trident kind of fire, like not fire selector, but this is for like the beaver tail safety and all that kind of components in there. Then after that, you're going to want to pull this safety all the way up, and then watch out for right there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that little kind of pin looking-ish thing, that's spring. So just kind of put your hand behind it like that, and then you're gonna pull this part, just kind of wiggle that up if you can, like that. There you go. And then, yeah, that's basically all just gonna kind of come apart. This is what's going to be inside. Alright, you're just gonna get these two, or these three. This has the spring is attached right there, but these are gonna pop out the back. Just make sure you keep these, because, yeah, don't lose them. Right over there. This is your beaver tail safety, and then this is gonna be your right side safety and your left side safety. Alright, then what you're gonna do is take your Allen key, the screw right there, then there's a screw on the other side. And then there's this screw right here. And then there's going to be a little Phillips head screwdriver right there. And right there. This is really, really tight, so try not to strip this. And it's a really, really long screw. But yeah, you're gonna wanna unscrew this. There's a screw, yeah, it's pretty long. Alright, there's that. Alright, so then this comes off. This part, you can see that that's the trigger right there. You're going to you're gonna get a flat head. Alright, so we're gonna put this aside right there. Alright, and now onto this part. So you're gonna see right there, There's a little Phillips head screw. We're gonna unscrew that. There we go. And then this part is a little tricky. You're gonna kind of want to like wiggle it off a little bit, and there you go. And it will come off. And then this part is gonna be right there. And there you go. There's that. Part can come off, and there's gonna be that little screw right there. The little Phillips head screwdriver right there, the little Phillips head screw right there. Gonna want to unscrew that. There we go. There's the screw right there. This just comes up and that falls out like that. Alright, so that's that whole thing disassembled. Make sure to keep these parts all separate from each other so you don't get them mixed up or anything. Alright, so there's this part. Here's the hammer. This looks really tricky how to get this off of this, say if you want to like switch out your hammer or something. But all you have to do is get like something like this again, just to kind of push this thing right, the little pin right there out. And if maybe something like as small as this, like a nail, if you get a nail and kind of push the pin out a little bit, and it will kind of pop out. In there, went in there, and see, that goes on like that. There we go. Alright, and then this part is kind of like, you know, pretty self-explanatory. This just kind of comes out like that, and then this you kind of just pull out. And that's all of that. There will also be something right on here, like, let's see if I can find it. There will also be a screw right there if you really wanted to take this off. This doesn't really do anything, but yeah. So let's put this back together. So you're going to put this part right here, right up like, alright, so you're going to put this part up in there like that. Alright, and then this part is gonna go, there's a hole right there. You see that hole right there? That's where this part is gonna.
Finished eating?
Yes.
You gonna put the stuff on?
That hole right there, you guys can see that, right? That hole. This part is going to go in there, so that falls in there. Alright, there's that, so I'll put that aside. So then to get the hammer back, this part, there's gonna be a little kind of like jagged part, almost like stapled, or stapled kind of part, like bumps in it and all that. So the smooth end is gonna go in first. So the bend should be kind of going back, like towards that way, like that. And you just line that up. And then kind of get something like flat, like this. and then just press this in all the way until it's just flat. There we go. So if that's on there nice and smooth, will be, there we go. Alrighty, there we go. So now this is going to go on like that, right there. This hole and that are gonna go together like that. So, and this is the mechanism what locks it up, and then what you're gonna release for this to go forward. Alrighty, so now that's ready. We're gonna put this aside and reassemble this part. So this is a fairly tricky part, so I'm gonna try to explain this the best that I can. So there's gonna be a little tiny spring right there. Then there's gonna be kind of like a slot at the very bottom of that. It's gonna go in right there, and then there's going to be this piece. I'm trying to show this to you guys a little bit better. This piece. So you're gonna want this part facing up, and this part, this little kind of like right there, that shelf almost, that is going to be what attaches to the spring. So like this, the shelf part is attached to the spring. You're gonna lay it in there like that. It's gonna be under a little bit of pressure, so make sure not to like bump it because it could fly out. Then this little like sticking out kind of part right there is going to get the little silver part that sticks out is gonna go through right that slit right there, and then that little knob right here by my thumb is gonna go into that hole right there. So then if you just put it over, yeah, there you go, it should kind of slide in and this part should go up and down. You're gonna take this screw and put it in the hole right there. So make sure to screw that in all the way so it's nice and flat up against there, because then this part is going to go on top of that. So how you do this is you're going to take this little kind of like hook in the spring right there. It's going to hook into that right there, and then this little kind of that part is going to go facing backwards. So then you're gonna put it like alright, so then once you get this part on, right, you're gonna take this part, this little piece, and the spring. So the spring is gonna go around here, and basically what you're gonna want to do is put this front part through here. So, but first what you're gonna want to do is hold down the spring, and then that little hook part right there, that goes to the left of this buffer right here. That little hook part is gonna go over top of the little slit in there, like that, and then you're gonna kind of just like pull it up and just push it up until it kind of like fits. It'll fit right there. There's a little kind of like bead on, not a bead, but like some sort of sticky out part on this part that's going to go in there. So then just place that down, that's going to go back, and then that's what it should do. But watch out just in case if it does spring out. But yeah, so now once you have that down, this is going to go back on top like this. So if you get everything lined up right, this like kind of hook part is going to go right in there, and then it'll fit together pretty snug. And if it doesn't feel like it's tight or not, just kind of pull it back out and refit it. But that seems pretty in there. It's nice. Okay, all right, so then you're gonna take this screw, this one, and put it right there in the top hole that you're going to just screw in. Alright, there's that. Alright, so that's this top part assembled and ready to go. So now what you're gonna do, we're going to attach this part, the trigger part, to right here. Alright, and make sure this doesn't go behind it or anything. That hangs freely. So the first step you're going to do is put this long screw right in that hole right there. And see, and then just screw this in. Alright, there you go. And then you're gonna screw in this one, that, and this screw right here. Alright, so once that's screwed in, everything is kind of nice and tight and firmish. Next part, what you're going to want to do is install the safety. So you're going to need to get these parts right there. Alright, so that's the beaver tail, the right and left safety, and then the little spring part. So what you're going to want to do is put the little tiny metal part that's sprung out and the spring, put them together, and then you're going to take this part and the little tiny part right there. I'm going to put that in the spring like that. And then this part is going to go into, there's a little tiny hole right there where they came out of. This part's going to go back through there all the way down. There we go. Should be good. Alright, so now what you're going to do is take the beaver tail, make sure this metal thing, this comes down under here, and then you're going to take the beaver tail and put it right in there. So then you're going to take this part and put it through the hole right there and make sure this is aligned up with right there. So you just put that through, but kind of hold this up. So now this is kind of the tricky part, because right there, there's still the little thing we just put in right here. There's still this part. So what I do is I just take something like a tiny Allen key or something. I put it right down here and just kind of push it back, and then push the beaver tail in. And then all you need to do is just, for the left safety, put it up like that. Like that, kind of pull it up, and then you're going to push it in and try to align it like that, and then it will just snap in. They both come back down. Alright, and now this is a sort of tricky part. You're going to want the hammer up, and then you're going to want to get this beaver tail up like that. and then pull that part back. So you're going to want this like this, because this is a little tricky-ish part. You're going to put this, the trident. I'll try to show you this the best I can. This part, it's pretty easy just to kind of figure out and get, but I had a really hard time with this my first time doing this, so you're just going to want to kind of put it in just like it feels like it should, and then kind of hold right there, and then kind of once you kind of get it in there, pull it up a little bit until it kind of goes flat along with this plastic part. So right now it's not, so I'm just gonna kind of, there we go. So now it's flat up against with it, and I don't know if you guys can see what's in there, but yeah, you just kind of lay it down in there, and then basically it will kind of put itself into place. So now this is all good. All right, so what you're going to do next is take this part. So again, this has a spring inside of it, and this is what pushes up the hammer. So if the hammer's not up fully, it's going to be a little bit harder, but that's fine. You're going to slide this up over the little trident piece, and then there's a little kind of like divot right there. That's where this goes in there. So slide it up here, and there's little kind of rails this kind of goes along. So you make sure to align this with a hole. That's not one. That's out of it. There we go. There we go. And then make sure that this is pushed down when you push this up, because if it's not, it will be stuck. This will be stuck outside of this part. So like I said, this can come down because because the hammer isn't all the way up, but that's fine. See how that just flew down. So then if you go like that, there we go. So now it shouldn't come down or anything, and this I can push all the way up. So now make sure the beaver tail won't come out by pushing up here. That won't come out. Push this all the way up. So now you're gonna want to get your mag well, put that over top like this, and make sure the holes, you can see right through it. And then you're just gonna take this and just kind of push it through. So you can do that pretty much without anything else. And since I'm right-handed, this won't really affect me sticking out, but if you're left-handed, you're going to want to push that in a little bit from whatever side you're going to push it in on, because that is a little out further. This isn't going to affect me as much, but I'm just going to push it in a little bit for looks. There we go. Alright. So now that's working. Cock this back. Make sure everything works. This goes up and down. This is all good. Alright. This goes all the way up when it cocks back. That's a safety. Alright, so then just to put it back together, I'm gonna take this slide it along the rails right there, cock it back to about, again, that little archway, put this through, there we go. Alrighty. Alright, thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like, comment if you want me to do any other guns. I don't have that many. I only have one other pistol, but if you guys really want me to do a different gun, put it in the comments and I'll see what I can do. Again, I don't have like a whole arsenal. I only have one other pistol, and that's the KWA M3R9 gas blowback pistol. And if you guys want that, put that in the comments below. I might do that. Again, I still need to research how to get it all apart, but yeah, tell me if you guys if you guys want me to do that. And yeah.